Hi guys, welcome back to the next video. To give permission to our, like for example, we need to run this command called AWS configure to execute the OpenShift infrastructure on AWS. We need to make sure that we have logged into AWS infrastructure. For example, we need to have to log into this console, but we cannot log into console from command line, correct? So there is an option called AWS CLI. AWS CLI is a command line operation of the AWS administration. So we cannot use root ID for logging into AWS CLI. The only way we can log into the AWS CLI for the AWS is through creating something called a user, and we have to give that user not the management console access. This is management console. Management console is used only for a graphical user interface or GUI mode. So instead of that, we need to give a programmatical access to that user called AWS CLI mode. You can call it that way. We call it the programmatical access mode. So to do that, just click on this and select something called IAM. IAM is nothing but identity and access management, in which you will be able to create users and groups and assign some permissions or policies to that user, and then provide them some access towards it. As of now, I have only one user called OpenShift-user. So this is something I created earlier. So you can see that I created 4 hours ago. So all you have to do is like click on create a user. So we will delete this user. We'll create a new user called OpenShift admin user. So this is going to be the OpenShift admin hyphen user. So this clearly says that this has admin privileges. Okay. So we have not assigned any administration permission at this moment, but the name is suggesting that way. So here it says like provide AWS management console option. That's optional. So you don't need a management console option because we're not going to use this user to log in into the management console. So here also there's a note saying that for creating a programmatic access through access key or specific credentials, you can generate it after creating a IAM user. So that's what it says. So we first create the IAM user and then assign the permission, it says. So click on next. There are three options over here. So you can add this user to a group or copy a permission from existing user or attach a policy. So here itself we can set a policy here. So here I've just searched for administrator access. So select this permission and then click on next. Now this permission is automatically added into this group, into this user. It is not recommended to assign permissions directly to the user. It should be assigned to the group and the user should be part of that group. But as we are doing this, for a trial version and for understanding purpose or training purpose, we are just doing it just like that. Now here in the key, we have to add the key over here for tagging reason. So you can put it like a user domain admin program or AWS CLI. Now tags are used to sort things. If you have hundreds and thousands of users, you can sort via tags, and that becomes very effective for you to understand and select that users who has this particular value with a key name. So that is very much useful. You can add more tags as well. Now when I click on done, it's created this user. I will just remove the old user, deactivate the key, confirm. Okay, so that's basically gone. So it should be gone. All right. So now we have created a user now. Now, how do you access the user? So when I click on the user, you can see that he is administrator. He or she, the user is administrator. This is an admin account. So this is administrator user. Now the next thing is like how do you log into this, right? So if it's a management, if management console is enabled, there will be an option for you to enter username and password, right? But here there is no username and password we have set. We know the username, which is this one, but we don't know the password. So in this kind of situation, there is no way of logging in. So if you go to the security credentials, there are different methods of logging in, not just the username and password, but then there are other additional methods of logging in as well, like using a um, using a X509 signing certificate. You can use a not public certificate. You can use the SSH public certificate to sign in. API keys can be also used, access keys can be also used, and multi-factor authentication can be also used as a security credential. Now, one of the things which we're going to use here is the access key. So as you can see, it's for programmatical calls to AWS from CLI tools, PowerShell, SDK, APIs, we can use the access key and we can create and we can enable access. When you create access key, you're going to get the username and password kind of, a key kind of structure or credentials, and you can use that to log in. But do remember, after creating this access key, you cannot look at the password or the secret key because the secret key will be gone. So only at the time of creating this access key, you will be able to see the key. And if you want to see the secret key for this access key, you will not be able to do it after creating it. So do remember to copy paste it somewhere secure. So now here we are going to create this access key for accessing AWS CLI. So select the first option, and then here you say you understand the recommendation, you want to proceed creating access key, and then click on next. And then if you want to tag something, you can do so, and then you can see the access key. So I'm copying it on my notepad over here on my right side, which you cannot see on the monitor. I'm pasting it on the other monitor. All right, so now I've copy pasted the secret and the access key. Now you can also download the same in the CSV format, but it's always recommended to copy and paste it on any kind of a secured key loading tool or something like that. Now click on done. Once this is over, now once you click on done, it's taking some time. Once you click on done, you can see that it has come back to the previous page and you see the access key. Now you have the option of deleting or deactivating it and editing the description. There's no way of seeing the secret key. Now that that's done, all we have to do is like go back to your AWS console, sorry, your command line, and type AWS configure. Now AWS configure will connect with from this system. It will be connecting to the AWS. Now remember, AWS CLI is a third-party tool which you need to download and install. But you don't have to do it here. Why? Because you're using Amazon Linux. Amazon Linux by default has AWS CLI. Now the first question that is asking you here on AWS configure is AWS key ID. Now key ID is basically the authentication which we took from here when you created the access key. I'm pasting that. I'm also pasting the secret over here, and I'm specifying the region. The region is the default region, which is US East 1. So I'm going to press that. So this is the first region of AWS data center, US East 1, North Virginia. And then the default format will be JSON. So just give an enter. Now there is no information over here, which obviously means that this command has worked. Now that this command has worked, we can look at the options over here. You can type this command AWS STS get -caller -identity. So when you type this option, you will see which user you have logged in. So you've logged in as OpenShift admin user, and this is your account number. So this is my account number over here, as you can see, and that's the user ID. That is your secret access key. All right, so pretty much done. We were able to set this up. We were able to, set up the AWS configure. Now you can execute the OpenShift, which we will do it on the next video. Thank you again for watching this. Please do subscribe and like the video. I'll see you on the next one.